Forget the movies. This is the true brutality of nature. Get ready to witness the most incredible safari moments ever caught on camera, carefully captured from the wildest corners of the animal kingdom. Let's dive in. With the force of a living armored tank, it charged forward at incredible speed. Luckily, the driver reacted just in time, flooring the gas pedal to create distance only moments before the razor-sharp horn slammed into the vehicle. 1 second later, and the situation could have turned deadly. Thunderous impacts from the enraged beast shook the multi-ton vehicle violently, while the sound of crushing metals. And yet, this furious rhinoceros showed absolutely no sign of stopping. An unbelievable incident unfolded when a visibly unstable man climbed over the safety barriers and jumped directly into the lion enclosure. As horrified crowds screamed in panic, the lions slowly began closing in on the intruder. The video captured every second of the intense tension, along with the desperate efforts of zoo staff to distract the predators and rescue the man safely. A serious reminder of why zoo safety rules must never be ignored. How would you rate this girl's intelligence and quick thinking? And if you were in this situation, what would you have done to survive? A group of tourists made the dangerous decision to step out of their vehicle for photos. Within seconds, the dominant elephant charged at incredible speed to drive the intruders away. Remember this: your vehicle is the only thing protecting you out there. Never gamble with your life for the sake of a perfect picture. At Kruger, we are only visitors. Always keep a safe distance and respect the personal space of wild animals. The male rhinoceros moved in close, using its razor-sharp horn to intimidate the tourist's vehicle and drive away the intruders, fully determined to protect its calf from any possible threats. A terrifying near-death experience unfolded when a massive wild elephant blocked the only path along the trail. In the dead silence of the wilderness, its thunderous roars and heavy footsteps sounded powerful enough to crush the vehicle at any moment. Luckily, we escaped its fury by the narrowest margin imaginable. During a jungle safari tour, a massive gorilla suddenly charged at a group of tourists before grabbing an elderly woman by the leg and dragging her across the ground. Fortunately, the tour guide reacted just in time, stepping in to save her from a terrifying close call without any serious injuries. Park, a furious sloth bear suddenly charged forward in a violent attack. But with incredible courage and experience, the tour guide stood his ground, shouting loudly and intimidating the animal until the bear became frightened and retreated back into the deep forest. The bear suddenly burst out from the edge of the forest and attacked a man at dangerously close range. In a terrifying fight for survival, the victim desperately tried to defend himself and escape before the aggressive animal finally turned around and disappeared back into the bushes. When visiting a zoo, parents should always keep a close eye on their children and maintain a safe distance from the animals, because wild creatures can react unpredictably even when they appear calm and friendly. A towering giraffe suddenly began chasing a safari vehicle at an astonishing speed during a wildlife tour. The scene quickly turned both thrilling and terrifying as the massive animal relentlessly kept up with the speeding truck, creating a heart-pounding pursuit through the wild. The furious giraffe relentlessly chased the tourist vehicle, even accelerating ahead to block the road completely. The animal's aggressive and determined behavior left everyone on board terrified, turning the safari into an intensely stressful and frightening experience. A woman moved far too close while trying to take photos of a giraffe, causing the animal to feel threatened. The giraffe immediately reacted with a warning swing of its head and a light kick, forcing the woman to step back as a clear reminder that wild animals demand a safe distance. While people nearby go about their routines talking, working, completely unaware this slow, heavy-footed silent predator has already made its way into their territory. Residents in Windhoek are being urged to stay alert, as drought conditions are driving baboons into residential areas in search of food. A chilling reminder to stay cautious around reptiles during the rainy season, when they often seek out dry places to take shelter. The peaceful golf course suddenly erupts into chaos as an aggressive goose charges in, flapping wildly and pecking non-stop, sending the man running in panic, club in hand. Don't even think about getting to the face. Goodness, just take a look at this Texas officer. While most people would run for their lives at the sight of an alligator, He handles it like it's just a lost little puppy. A herd of aggressive wild elephants suddenly storms into a residential area, violently attacking livestock and tearing through homes. Faced with the sheer alcohol and fury of these massive animals, residents can do nothing but flee in panic, helplessly watching their property being trampled and destroyed. I can't believe my eyes. What on earth is she doing? That landing was incredibly precise. Curled up inside a small tent in the middle of the night, a camper was suddenly thrown into absolute terror when a bear launched a violent attack. The thin canvas of the tent was ripped apart by the animal's razor-sharp claws, turning what was meant to be a safe resting place into a suffocating trap. In a rare and incredibly tense moment, a proud lion suddenly turned its attention to a luxury sports car parked nearby. Instead of ignoring it, the massive predator moved in and clamped its jaws onto the vehicle's body, leaving deep bite marks across the glossy paint with astonishing force. A woman fell into a polar bear enclosure in Berlin and was violently attacked by the massive predators as they charged toward her through the water. In front of a horrified crowd, a desperate fight for survival unfolded while zoo staff rushed to rescue the victim from the jaws of the largest land carnivores on Earth. The fury of a starving king of the jungle stands as a chilling warning of the untamable power possessed by these deadly predators. At a wildlife sanctuary in South Africa, two tigers performed astonishing leaps to snatch food high above the barrier fence. Their intense excitement during feeding time revealed the explosive power and incredible athletic ability of these massive predators. The moment served as a stunning reminder that even in a protected rescue environment, their fierce, wild instincts remain as powerful as ever. Ignoring every warning sign, A woman recklessly climbed over the safety barrier at the zoo to retrieve a hat that had fallen into the tiger enclosure. The foolish decision placed her just inches away from a direct confrontation with one of the world's most dangerous predators. A nightmare on the forest highway through Bandipur. One careless mistake in violating the safe distance triggered a brutal wild elephant attack. This serves as a serious warning to anyone traveling through the Karnataka Wildlife Reserve. Not even the most experienced experts could predict this explosion of fury. What started as a scientific field survey quickly turned into chaos when a wild elephant suddenly charged into the water, attacking and flipping the team's small research boat. In the razor-thin moment before disaster struck, true expertise took over. A massive elephant charged directly toward the safari vehicle, ready to crush everything in its path. But instead of panicking, the guide stood his ground, asserting his authority with a firm slam against the side of the vehicle as a clear signal. What followed was a breathtaking moment of communication between man and beast, forcing the giant elephant to stop, back away, and return to the wild. This is survival mastery at its absolute highest level. What would you do if you discovered a living armored tank right in your own backyard? Luckily, no one was inside. A massive rhinoceros unleashed its fury on a parked safari vehicle. With just a few powerful charges, the multi-ton vehicle was flipped over and completely crushed beyond recognition. A chilling warning for everyone who joins a safari tour at the Battling Wildlife Park in Beijing. A woman stepped out of her vehicle while still inside the tiger enclosure. Within seconds, a Siberian tiger charged and attacked her. The horrific incident left one person dead and another seriously injured while trying to rescue the victim. on the grasslands of Masai Mara, Kenya. The line between observing wildlife and becoming the target can be nothing more than a single car door away. One small movement or an unfamiliar sound is sometimes all it takes to awaken a predator's hunting instincts in an instant. What would happen if your vehicle broke down right in the middle of an angry lion pride's territory? A massive one-horned rhinoceros suddenly flew into a rage, chasing down a Jeep before using its incredible strength to toss the vehicle straight into a ditch. Screams and panic filled the air as terrified tourists came face to face with one of Asia's most dangerous animals. Never underestimate the speed of a rhinoceros. The wild is still full of unbelievable moments waiting to be discovered. Which of these incredible safari moments caught on camera impressed you the most? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next legendary wildlife encounter. See you in the next adventure.